Proxy, and this is Midboss. And this is the next step in my Itch.iOdyssey. Welcome to the proximity, by the way. I'm going to press new game. The Itch.iOdyssey is a thing where I'm attempting to play like 1,500 games. I don't actually know how many games it is from recently released Itch.io bundle for the racial Justice and Equality Fund. Because I thought it'd be neat. Let's play, I guess, hardcore mode, because it's the traditional way to play. We're going to go on standard, because I'm going to start a new game, because I tested it out. I mentioned at the end of the last episode that even the phrase mid-boss and this isometric view reminds me of a game called Disgaea. Hey Imp, how's the rat herding business? Moan. Haha, yeah, wimp is more like it. Hey boss, look at this jerk. Because he's called Mid and he's called Boss. I see what you did there. Hey, don't call a zombie a jerk, that's mean. Yeah, it's not a zombie's fault, you're such a weakling. I meant you. Why, you little? He's the real jerk. The heroes have come! More monsters to their stations. Oh, it's the boss. I guess it's showtime. Remember, if you abandon your station, you'll be in trouble, wimp. Yeah, you stay here where you belong. With the rats. Hey, boss. I'm getting tired of card. I'm covering up some things as well. I don't know if we'll need to see them. Hey, boss, I'm getting kind of tired of being bullied by the other monsters. How about you? With everyone distracted, we could finally show them who's boss. Let's start with possessing that rat over there. So, this seems utterly insane, by the way, that there are, like, these weird diagonal controls. I'm going to hide them, because that's really ugly. Yes, and I'm just going to use the controller. It seems just fine. Now, I think I can hit the rat. He'll hit me back. I press F1. I've put the vessel condition on the plague rat. It's not terribly clear, but I think if I kill it, I can now possess it. And I've unlocked form and ability. Now there's some things flashing here. So I can now envenom, and I can learn underfoot. Tell me what envenom does. Poisons a foe. I also have this. So this is a lot of stuff on the screen. It's not terribly pretty. Oh, there seems to be a timer on there. But I get it, it's difficult because you're trying to convey a lot of stuff at once. But there's some nice borders on these. And this I like the fact that this can stretch. I mean, I would have been tempted to put this down here, like other games do. But, I'll put it back. Huh. I mean, it seems like it's functional. Like, so I can't really complain, because this all looks really nice. It's not terribly fancy right now, but I imagine like wall panels and stuff is coming. You know, games take a while to make. But the UI is a little ugly. I'm not gonna lie, and it seems really mean me saying this. Is there any reason for me to break stuff? I think I just grabbed a sword. I guess the keyboard sort of makes sense. It's kind of quicker. I'll give it that. I'm never going to remember the controls though. Well, now I'm poisoned. an inventory. Boss, you're not looking so hot. Possessing takes mana and we have to rest or pass to get mana back. When you cast possession on something and kill it, you don't want to possess it, you can also drain its soul. Soul draining isn't as effective at healing you as possessing a new body, but handy if you don't want to switch forms. Opening a form lets you use that form's abilities. Since we're in our natural form right now, we'll get to pick 3 optional forms. When we're in another form, our soul is weaker, so we can only choose one. I guess I can put things here. Okay. Okay, every time I get soul fatigue if I switch forms. First time you swap form, okay, yeah. Also, now I'm Rat Imp. I'm just so 1. Okay. Well, I can't rest. I'm in the middle of a fight, aren't I? Survived for 116 turns. Love to be a plague rat, strolling through the dungeon. Did I love to be a plague rat? This is death card. Death cards are carded images generated upon death. Embedded with within these images is detailed information about the run. Okay, I'm just gonna. No, this is a lot of stuff. I'm gonna try again, obviously. But I actually really like the idea of the death card. Guess 1-up mode. Skip that. One. So I should possess everything. I can poison things. I don't get how I survive poison. I rested this time. I have an ability. Underfoot. What does it do? I can't tell. I don't know what these do. Okay. Passive, I'm stronger. Cool. Alright, my microphone isn't even facing me. It's probably fine, but... Hello? So if I've been a bit quiet, that's why. Scurry. Haste. Can I turn the screen? Probably not. Cat merchant. Hey boss, be careful, something smells fishy about this cat. I do like fish, but I'm just a humble merchant. If you're so harmless, how come I hear you trade with heroes? Nobody's perfect, and profit is profit. I know you monsters don't use gold, so I'll take the balls of yarn in your trade instead. Okay. Maybe we'll just kill you. Violate the non-violence clause, spelled with a clause, for our verbal agreement. Okay. Did he actually send me anything? Okay, I'm not usually impatient with stories. I don't know why I suddenly am. Second floor. Gonna be bigger. Huh. Okay, that's cool. Turn order. That's that thing there. Only visible when other monsters nearby. Do you know what? Like, I complained the last episode that the game didn't have in-game context for what I was doing. And this is like the exact opposite, where it's like, could you let me just play for a bit? Or could you let me play while you're talking to me, which would be nice. I will drain you. And I guess I'll be a plague rat version of myself. Oh, I'm poisoned again. I don't know how to deal with that. Okay, I'm gonna possess this guy then. Well, he's poisoned as well. Oh, the poison's gone at least. Come we got 2 turns? Okay, I rested as well. Possess! This item is pretty rare. Items come in 6 varieties: common, uncommon, rare, epic, legendary, and unique. Remember, you can look at loot on the ground. You say remember as if I may have known that already. We'll toggle using them. Just learned a magic attack. There are various different types of damage, such as physical, magic, poison, and fire. You see, like, a crafted tutorial where I met these things in a tutorial dungeon, so you didn't have to pile everything. You could have a room that explained like magic, you know, a room that explains these, and a room that explains loot, and a room that explains the next thing. Yes, magic does that. I'm just sort of taking for granted that things do what they sound like they do. I've got life leech. And grab the stuff first. They're on to us. The other dungeon monsters don't like us getting out of line and will attack if they notice us. We can sneak past them if we're stealthy enough, but some monsters are more perceptive than others. Got fat on our hands. I want to possess him, don't I? I wish I knew how much health he had. Oh, I can get both. Oh, cool, I've got like a flaming tail now. Or did I always have that? So, F1. He's now inflicted vessel. Yay, let's possess him. Right, I really like that you can double them up like that. That's really cool. Staff Master, passive. I'm good with staffs. Okay, cool. Light armor. Not very good with it because it's -2 sorcery. And I assume I'm going to have to level up with these forms. So yeah, I really like that aspect. Because you're like, oh yeah, I want to combine them, see what I look like. Gotta level up, see what it looks like. Ooh. You know what, I shall. Hey boss, I know I've been telling you a lot of things and it might be hard to take it all in, but that's why I'm always down in the bottom right hand corner giving you helpful reminders. Just click on me when I'm bouncing around, I've got something to say. If I have a lot to say, I get really fired up. Hey boss, does this mean there's two of me? That's trippy. Cool. I thought I was already in this. Yeah, I wish I could get away. I can't pass time. I'm in battle. Close the door. Oh yeah, I forgot I've got extra lives. That's cool at least. I really didn't fancy playing again. Oh, stuff. Do I have to be in the correct form to level up? Didn't even see you. Cool. The zombie, watch your step, boss. Zombies are tough but slow. If we use our speed and abilities, we can kill it. Why was my rest interrupted? Okay. A lot of stuff you're carrying. Okay, I'm not sure why I didn't possess him. That's a shame. I offer this armor. Hope you enjoyed it. We meet again. Gonna go upstairs and rest. Rest! I'm apparently rested. Oops, wrong button. I failed. Failed. Possess! Aha! Body slam. Oh yes, that fling. Oh, so I get the... Go body slam. Okay, he seems to be... Need some stronger body slams. See, this bit is conceptually interesting. No, that's the wrong word. No, I guess it is the right word. Like, I like the idea, but like, in practice, you know, just tapping on an enemy to kill it can get a little old. That's a flaming sword. Oh, it died. Possess! Dagger? That's an interesting ability. Let's get rid of Vampire Bat and turn it into lava. Okay. We've gone over time. But we're going to suicide ourselves on this skeleton, I think, just because it makes for a good ending to the video. And then we can, you know, we do the outro and all that. Ah. He hits hard. What's an imp? No, what? I survived 899 turns. He hits hard. I shall save that. Right. I'm sort of leaning off the screen for most of this, didn't I? That was Midboss. Let's see what the next game is. Well, actually, first, let's jump 24 hours into the future and see my impressions after I've had a good night's sleep. Or possibly is not a word, John. Or possibly a terrible night's sleep is what I was going to say. Right, so it's been 24 hours. It's actually been a bit longer than that. The video should have actually been up a few hours ago, so I'm actually late with doing this. But my YouTube channel doesn't actually have that many subscribers, so it's probably fine. It's probably fine. What are we talking about here? We're talking about... We don't have any red, but we do have pink. We're talking about... Midboss. Don't think you are, John. I think we're talking about Midboss. You might be right, John. So, what can we say about Midboss that we didn't say during the actual video that you literally just watched? Well, you know what? I'm going to say it all again anyway. Well, for a start, the name reminds me... Oh, god damn it. Didn't mean to use that. The name reminds me of a game called Disgaea. A game that is an isometric strategy game where there's a joke where the character goes, "You're not important, you're just a mid-boss." And when I think about that game, I wonder why the game I just played was called Midboss. Now, that probably meant I didn't play for long enough. Like, that's why I think it's a reference, because I can't actually tell why it's called Midboss. The entire game is about stepping into the bodies of others and gaining their experiences. Kind of a bit like Messiah. There we go, lovely. I don't know if you've ever heard of Messiah, but... Lovely, I didn't mean to do that at all. Let us do this. What are you doing, John? You're supposed to be doing a video. Oh yeah, it's true. I've not heard of it. Why is the white slightly different? Draw the mid-boss dude. Because the white you do is not the same as the one you... What? Right. There is... That's the delete button. There is a flame. We'll make him purple. Maybe that sort of demon dude. Let's give him some claws. He was red and not purple, but he could turn into all sorts of things, couldn't he? His heart could be that of a fly. Or of a bat. Or other things. For he was the mid-boss. I'm making him more red. It looks better. Alright, I'm not really explaining what I liked and what I didn't like about it. I like the concept. That's an exciting concept. It's a concept with a promise. I've not even been walking around. I was concentrating too hard on the actual drawing, and even though the drawing is a bit rubbish. Let's give him the heart again. No, he didn't really have a heart. So yes, the idea that you could gain abilities from all the creatures is great. On a sort of mechanical scale where you can be excited about, oh yeah, I've just met a zombie, and you go like, oh, I definitely want to be that zombie so I can take the zombie things, and that's exciting. But I think, and because the thing about computer games is they're all illusion, right? You don't necessarily want to do the thing people are excited about. People get excited by concepts, not necessarily doing. So I noticed, depending on how many people you had in you, you had a different look. But that look was a 1, 2, 3. It didn't appear to be, depending on what the creature you had. It was depending on how many. So if you had 1, you looked like the original red dude, but if you had 2, he was slightly different coloured, and if you had 3, he had flames. And had he looked different depending on the 3 things he was turning into, I think that would have done a lot. Even though that's such a small detail and actually requires drawing work, I think that would have done the work. But as for the actual game itself, it seemed functional. I couldn't see any problems with it. The idea was exciting. There was a lot of writing, and it was all at once. I mentioned that in the video. Let's have lots of different colours. That's not lots of different colours, is it? That's just that. Where's the colours? No, I immediately regret that. Let's undo it. I do forget I can undo it, I guess. Oh, look at that. We didn't see that. I think that's it. I think that's my review. I think it's kind of a lackluster review on my part. But, let me just double check. That kind of looked like a face, didn't it? The fact that you had it gave you 8 buttons to move around was a really weird decision on its part. I can't get over the fact my hair looks stupid. And I think that's sort of indicative of the game. There's a lot of good ideas there, but the way it's presented is not necessarily the best way it could be presented. And it's a really easy thing to overlook, but it is like a critical part. The very same game, just presented in a more clever way, a more streamlined way, might do a lot of good, I think. but I think it's a game worth developing. It's not calling to me. I deleted the game, which means that like there are games that I will play again, and the problem is like I think the real judge is what games do I go back to that aren't the big well-known ones, because it's very easy to say, well, I went back to Celeste because that's a proven commodity, right? What experimental games are they going back to? And the answer isn't none. There are games that I put in the maybe folder. There are games that I put in the return, like definitely folder. Why have I decided that I didn't want to go back to this one? And I can't say why. I'm not 100% sure. Because it seems fine. But I didn't save airships either, and airship seems fine. It's just not calling to me. And when it's something like that, I assume it's kind of like, it's just something to do with the illusion. It's not the game. It's something to do with the sort of corporate, you know, the sneaky stuff they put in games to make you play, and sometimes that's a little bit necessary. We've all had that trained inside of us nowadays. Anyway, this is a bit long for me, not saying a lot, but I'm gonna let you go. And Quina's gonna wear that to a fancy dress dinner. That helps. See, considering I drew an actual person, I think that's a bit unfair. Anyway, let's go back to the past. Before making a breathtaking masterpiece. Right, that was Midboss by Enco, not to be confused by 2064 by Midboss. That's a joke I was going to make in 2064, and I made it too soon. It's fine, John. Yes. But what's our next game? It's Arcade Spirits, a romantic comedy narrative game by Fiction Factory Games. Look at all these lovely people here. Let's scroll down a minute. I want to see how many... Close to the end of our first page. That's exciting. Is it? Yeah, it is. I mean, one of them's a minute, but I'm not really sure what I'm going to do for that episode. But yes, let's check out the game a little closer. Arcade Spirits is a romantic visual novel that follows an alternative timeline where 1983 video game crash never occurred. It's 20XX, and you've just started a new job at Funplex Game Arcade. Who will you meet along the way? Will you find the romance you're seeking? Get to design my character from the ground up. Pronoun, hairstyle, skin tone, hair colour, eye colour, and more completely customizable and reflected throughout the game in both gameplay and artwork. Role-playing based choices, an identity identifier system or iris can track your relationship statuses with all characters throughout the Arcade Spirits, as well as your personality trait from quirky, steady, kindly, gutsy, and basically. There's a part of me that's just tempted to play this as a complete dick, but just to see how the game would react to that, or will it force me to be nice? I will probably play in earnest though, because I don't have the heart. Yes, we've got that to look forward to. I didn't even consider looking at these reviews. This seems like a well spoke about game. Look at this. I don't normally see this in many comments. Oh, now part of me wants to see the comments for all the other games. Anyway, I'm not going to read any of those because I don't want to be influenced by them. But you'll see this tomorrow. You'll see me playing this tomorrow. At least half an hour. Hopefully. Anyway, let's jump back to the past for my outro. No, this was the outro, wasn't it? I guess I jumped back into the game for that. Right, the music stopped and it's not repeating. There's my death card though. He hits hard. I've been John Proxy. This has been my Itch.iOdyssey, which is totally the name I'm going with. I'd love to be a playground apparently. I've been having a... Well, I just told you what I've been having. I've been playing Midboss. And you're now leaving the proximity. Thank you. Thank you.